Judee.
Hi.
Long
How
time
was
no
it?
see.
Busy po. Busy nung weekend.
Bakit kayo naging busy?
Daming task kailangan tapusin.
Just basic.
Kaya lang, you know why?
Inaga
Think
rin.
about it this way, guys. These 15 days that you will have is like condensing years of experience, because VAs don't usually learn this in a span of such a short time.
True.
Agree.
Just think about it that way. If you think about it that way, hindi kayo magiging, you wouldn't be so like parang nahihirapan.
Yes, coach.
So
Even
how
though even though we're so busy this weekend, natapos namin yung mga tasks na ano kami na behind. So,
good
still
job. Good job. That's very good, because at least you can catch up. And in some way, if you do these activities as soon as like you can, then you can really understand that somehow it's all very related to each other when you're doing digital marketing and all these similar things.
Yes, agree.
Yes.
Saka hindi na ganun kahirap dahil may path na. Di ko tulong. Yes, right?
Hello, Miss Judee. Pwede magtanong?
Yes, sure.
Yung sa 15 days na training namin, kasama na ba doon yung 5-day trial? O
No.
hindi pa? Okay pa. Sige pa. Thank you po.
The 15 days is purely discussion and activities like this. The 5-day trial is with your client. Okay?
Ma'am, is that
Okay po.
after the 15-day 15-day training?
It was just mentioned,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
not included. 15 days is purely discussion and activities. The 5-day trial is different. It would already happen after graduation and after you get profiled to a client. And that's not immediately, guys, huh? There's still there's still like some time in between that. The bigger your score during the training, the more diligent you were, the more complete your activities, the more you'll get an earlier slot to get a client. Okay?
Noted.
Okay,
Uy,
coach. Copy.
Copy po.
Miss
Thank you po.
Okay, so 83 pa lang tayo today, and I'm seeing like a downward trend, but again, for these people, I mean, I know that it's a big ask to join a 15-day training, and which is why our method really works, because in our end, we know that those who are always showing up and those who are on time are the ones who will really need to be prioritized with our clients. Because remember, the biggest thing that our clients would need is reliability, right?
Right.
Okay. So, how's being an Instagrammer? How's being an Instagram influencer? How was it, guys?
Life-changing again.
Life-changing.
Yes,
Na-feel niyo ba ang
life-changing.
pagiging influencer?
Yes, so many
Yes.
hashtags.
Correct.
Just keep at it, okay? I mean, it doesn't mean that we're going to be, all of us will suddenly become influencers. However, it's really different if you know, right?
Teka lang, tinanggal na kita.
Right.
There's like
Sino yung nag-echo?
Yeah,
Yes po, may nag-e-echo. Parang feedback. May naka-speaker po sa inyo?
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, that's okay. So, it's really good to know. Now my cat nasad is. Shh. My cat is going crazy. What are you doing, baby? Shh. Okay. Um, the reason why it's very important because a lot of our clients can also be Instagram influencers, and or some of them have like some of them really have goals of building their Instagram following. And if you don't know the interface of Instagram and then you offer or we offer social media services, then it's not going to, you're not going to be very comfortable in the interview. Isa pa yan, right?
Yes.
Uy, nasend na. Nasend na sa BPI. Oh, nasend na. And then, and so it's really important that you know, okay, how many here, it's my first time to know about hashtag usage. Okay, great. Who here did their IGTV?
Present.
Me.
Wow,
First
I'm so
time.
proud of you.
Me.
Not
Wow,
yet.
Yes, it's a lot of integration. Integration,
good
IG,
job.
Yes.
Do you
Facebook
know that a lot
page.
of people do not know how to use IGTV? So I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank
We
you,
are so
Coach.
proud of ourselves.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mga
We really don't expect it to happen.
you have around 10 trials for IGTV. That's fine. But it's nice, right? To get to know these things. And, you know, when people would mention, you're not the last to know. In fact, you can say, oh, I have an IGTV. You watch my channel on Instagram.
Honestly,
Right?
it's my first time to know about IGTV.
Okay. I can use it pala as a financial advisor. Yes, you can use it in so many ways. To promote your existing careers even. And for me, it's very important for personal branding to have a really strong Instagram presence, or at least optimize it in a way that shows what you can do. For me, Instagram is the modern day LinkedIn. For me lang ha. I mean, LinkedIn is still there, and LinkedIn will always, I mean, it's still surviving, but it's nowhere as engaging as Instagram, right?
Right.
Chances pa pala magka-work. Thank you, ma'am, sa lahat ng learnings. What do you mean, Sally? May chances pa pala magka-work?
Siguro akala niya training lang.
Ah, okay.
Kasi yun yung uso. Ayan eh. Training lang.
Oh, okay. That's right. This idea that we had was very out of the blue, and it's not really something that we were interested in doing until I realized, you know what, we should really help build up the workforce, and maybe good karma will bestow us something like good people to work for us.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's actually nice. That's correct. And that was a good plan.
thank you. Okay.
Miss Judy, I have a
Yes.
question.
Mhm.
Yes, do you offer a topic like e-commerce or
Yes.
shipping?
Yes, we will have an e-commerce training.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, but I'm not going to be teaching like all these techniques of drop shippers and whatever, but I will teach you how it is to be an e-commerce VA. Okay, and maybe a little bit about drop shipping and stuff, and even like a business opportunity, because I'm doing e-commerce and I can be your supplier if you want.
Okay, so
And all
nice.
that.
Sure.
Okay, we can
Such
do
blessing.
that, and we can start ASAP. the business.
Okay.
I already have logistics and warehousing team in and
Nice po.
also yeah. So we
Wow,
can
it's so
provide
nice.
you
Yes.
you can be resellers wherever you are in the Philippines and we will
Nice.
support
Yeah,
you.
nice po. Looking
Yeah.
forward to it po, na magiging reseller mo po.
Yes. It's really fun, I think. And I will teach you how to, basta. We'll have that topic. Okay?
Okay.
And
There's
it
more to
actually
come.
is still the same topic as you would, learn e-commerce. My cat is always, you know,
Fluffy is
nagpatagal.
seeking for attention.
Gusto sumali.
Yes, gusto na sumali kasi he's not the center of attention every time I go on training. Fluffy.
May isa akong inaabangan, coach, na dropshipper siya sa local. Nag-o-offer siya ng dropshipping yung sino niya ng product na tapos meron siyang free website na. Pero ang mahal eh. Parang 10,000 yata.
Magkano?
10,000.
10,000. Okay.
Pero meron ka
I
ready-made
will
site
teach,
na yan, website
okay.
para sa'yo.
The one, it's like this. For our drop shipping and e-commerce na partnership, you can all be my partners in this. Syempre, I will teach you how to create the website. I will teach you how to build your Shopify store. Okay? You just have, maybe if you want to have a Shopify store, yung investment mo lang is parang, I think, 500 or 1,000 something.
Well,
And then the support for the resellers is already free. Okay?
Ang galing.
Kaka-excite.
Ano po ba yung mga tinatanong ko
Because
talaga?
that was also
Pwede ba
my
mag-mention
vision.
ng dropshipper na tinutukoy ko? Or private?
Pwede naman.
I think it's Joseph Odera.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with him
Sikat siya.
because it's really their model. I believe in my end, I want to educate you how to do it very parang, kasi I want you to do like parang the step-by-step thing because if you do it, like for example, I have joined, by the way, I have spent a lot of money learning e-commerce. I even pay workshops like 15,000. Parang marami ng workshops na na-attend ko niyan. And of course, I will teach you all those things during this training. Okay?
Thank you, coach.
Kasi magiging partners naman tayo. If ever you want. No forcing.
Yes, we want.
Yes. Gusto po.
500% want.
Yay! Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you po, Miss Judee.
No problem. Okay. And it's a good thing because if you want to go the drop shipping route, it's really cool because you can be a virtual assistant plus have a drop shipping store. Why not?
Tama.
Right?
Right.
Yes, tama.
That's good.
We have the knowledge.
Type na lang yung
Yes,
naman.
and magtulungan kayo with your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, mga family members.
While waiting for our clients.
Yes, while waiting for clients or even when you have clients. Because, organic growth really takes some time. But of course, I will also teach you about Facebook ads and, using ads. Okay? So you will, in some way, all these things will somehow, ano ba yun? They will all circle back. They will come first full circle and you will really understand. In the first batch of the training, I didn't really delve on this, on the e-commerce, but in your batch, I will. Okay?
Thank you, coach.
Thank you po.
Coach.
Ito, Miss Judee.
Joanna Tundag. Can you go on silent? Okay. All right. So anyway, today's topic is about, hang on. Ano ba yun? I'm so forgetful. I just looked at it. That's the thing about me because I don't do slides and I just go by memory of what to do with our tasks. I mean, what to do with, is that, I'm really sorry guys, Hannah, I'm not the type of teacher who does the slides because it really bores me and I don't know.
It's okay, ma'am.
This is actually
Discovery learning
better.
approach is the best.
That's really great, coach. Very natural.
You, because I
Whatever
want
comes to
you
your
to,
mind.
I
Walang
want you
halong
to,
chemical.
kasi when I have a slide, I get really bored. And for me, what's the point of discussing? I will just give it to you. Something like
Right.
that. But
I agree.
then,
Hands on
when
again.
you just do the slides and we don't have a teacher, parang you also don't understand that much. Okay?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
So today we have, I'm hoping that we can have 2 topics. Okay. I'm hoping that we can have 2 topics, but the first priority na topic for today is real estate, virtual assistance. Okay? This is a big deal because there are a lot of clients who really are looking for real estate VAs. And you've noticed that, right? Have you
Yes,
noticed
that's
that?
correct.
Right. Yeah, I
Yes,
saw a lot
Right,
ma'am.
it's online.
of
Right, right.
advertisements.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
even in online jobs
Wonder,
on
like,
PH and Upwork, there are a lot of posts for real estate VAs.
right. And you wonder, how hard can it be? And what exactly? Kasi you notice that if you don't have experience, obviously, hindi ka napasok, right? Because you don't know.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Mas agad sa
Correct.
ano nila.
And I'm just gonna tell you that a real estate VA, it's just a label that people put for their VAs because their business is real estate. But pretty much the skills are very much related to any other types of VA. But of course, I will give you like the required skills. And some of these skills you've already learned. Like number 1, you've already learned Canva. And it's important for a real estate VA to know that so that you can support your client in creating like maybe posters or ads for property.
Flyers.
And flyers and or Instagram, because real estate really thrives on Instagram marketing. What else? Ano po ba yung topics? I'm so weird.
So, content
I'm so
writing.
blank. Yeah, content writing, that's it. I mean, that's still very much related. Graphic design, even the Powtoon can be related. And most of all, the lead generation, okay? But anyway, I'm going to discuss this in a very simple manner so that you understand what's the point of actually being a real estate VA. As you may know, I have a real estate business and I know this firsthand. And so I'm going to teach you what a real estate broker would need, okay? And
Okay, ma'am.
simply put, you're just going to be supporting your client who's a real estate broker, a real estate agent. So real estate is obviously the business of buying, selling, leasing out properties, right?
Right.
Yes po. That is
Properties
correct.
can be houses, can be lots, can be apartments, can be like short-term and long-term leases. It can also be property development, property management. Property development, though, it's more of construction. It's still real estate, but mostly for real estate clients, it's more of the buying and the leasing part. However, maybe it can still be related, like the real estate development can also need virtual assistants, but not in the same way as an agent or a broker would need one. Okay? So, how can you exactly help your client when you are a real estate VA? Okay? So, first and foremost, your client would need support when it comes to looking for buyers. That's given, right? Number one. Hala, your internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
coach.
we can. Same error here as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Number two, your client would need support with you following up on customers or potential buyers, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And next is
Yes po.
your clients will need support in looking for property matches. So let's say, for example, your buyer wants a certain property, like, for example, let's say I'm a buyer. I go into Rallos real estate and I want to buy a building, charot. I want to buy a building with 100 rooms, and I want the specifications to be this and the location to be this, and my budget is this. Then you guys, as a real estate VA, will need to look for the properties to offer to these clients. Okay?
Okay.
Another way that a real estate broker or a real estate agent makes money in real estate is having really good listings. So your client who is the real estate broker or real estate agent might ask you, or will probably ask you, to look for properties or property owners who want to sell their properties or to have their properties leased. And then you can also like offer the services of your client, the real estate broker, and sign up with your agency in some way. Okay? You'll also be expected to help out with paperwork, I guess with calculations, with managing the let's say the website of your real estate broker. Maybe he has a listing website. So it is very helpful that you would know WordPress, so that you can manage their website and maybe update the contents of the website, add pictures, and even update the blog about, let's say, new property announcements and stuff. Did you understand?
Yes, coach.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes po, following.
Okay. So does the VA get commissions too when we get to sell the property? Most, I am not going to say, because it's like this. With our clients here at Virtual Lasting, they pay a base rate, but we highly encourage them that if it is a sales role, that they give a commission. But I cannot really impose. Maybe you can also take it up with your client, but we will definitely tell them about it, just to, of course, advise them that if they want more sales, they must also motivate you. But let's say, for instance, usually the selling process is really not gonna be your job. your job would usually be supporting that sales agent, because remember, your client is the sales agent. Okay? If you're given a bonus, then good. But if you're not given a bonus, then I guess you just have to accept it, because you're not really the one who is doing that entire sale, right? You're just the
That's
support.
correct.
However, it would be such a blessing to have a client like that. And of course, we hope and would pray, hopefully, that they will. Okay? Hopefully they would.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Is
crossed, yeah. But then please don't demand, because they might come back to me and say, I would have given a bonus, I would have given a commission, but demanding masyado. Can you replace that VA? I cannot do anything. I will have to replace you. Okay? But in our end, we will do our very best to advise them, since, for example, if it's a sales role. Okay? Any other questions so far?
Miss Judy, is
Yeah.
it something related to appointment setting? It's
There
different.
are tasks that can be appointment setting related with real estate virtual assistants.
Okay.
In fact, for example, let's say I have 4 condos right now that I want to be rented out. And I told my executive assistant, who is working in my office, but it's still the same task with a virtual assistant. So I told her, I wanted to be rented out. Can you contact real estate brokers to take on this one? I want you to call them. So definitely, she not only emailed, she also called them. Something like that. So in some way, depending on the task, it can be appointment setting, or it can be like calling out, like outbound. But it's not really like the kind of outbound calling that's super annoying and selling Viagra. Okay? As real estate VA po, ma'am, are we doing voice call also po, ma'am? It can, as I said, it can give you that role. Not all clients would require you to do these phone calls, but just be prepared. If you want to be a real estate VA, just be prepared. Just be open to it. And that's the reason why one of our activities will be appointment setting and like calling out. Okay? Depende siguro if request
Okay.
ng outbound si client. Okay. All right. So, the first, for me, one of the most important, okay, for me, one of the most important tasks of a virtual assistant is to find property matches. So let's say, for example, your client wants you to look for certain properties in a certain area. They would ask you usually to check out the MLS, which is like the registry of, somebody's really noisy, which is like the registry of,
Listen.
okay. When it comes to, are we going to make comparables? Okay. So MLS is that system where Americans can access properties and, you know, suggest them to like their clients. In a way, it's like, okay, let's go to, I don't know if, okay, let's, somebody's really noisy. So this is where you can search listings. Let's say, let's look at homes for sale in a particular area. So para siyang, I guess para siyang database of all properties, right?
Right.
Guys?
Yes.
Like for example,
Yes. I think it's just the same like La Monde in Philippines.
Lamudi. Like Lamudi,
Yes. Yes, like La
a
Monde.
proper 24, yeah. So for example, you're gonna look for, let's say they want a 3-bedroom. And then they want, they have a maximum price of 600,000. Okay, and then minimum, wait lang. Ay, ano ba yan? Minimum is 350. Ay, ano ba yan? Found no matches. Ano ba yan? Okay. Wait lang. 100 to 600 na lang. So let's look at the properties here. Ay, ano ba yan? This is so annoying. Can you still see?
Yes, coach.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah, we
So
can.
Coach.
okay, so
Yeah.
so in Abrasarca, wow, where is this even? So in Abrasarca, let's say I'm a rich, I'm a client and I really need to migrate in that area. I want to buy the most expensive house. And this is the most expensive house that I can find. So it's a 5-bedroom, a 2-bath. These are the pictures.
Sample, basta, sample.
Ano ba yan? So you can then share these links to your client. Like for example, and you can also like check, you can contact, let's say for example, you want to request a private viewing, you can contact or email the agent, something like that. So let's say for example, at least your client is looking for all these stuff. So you just have to be that support person. It's very simple, right? It's very understandable, right?
Yes, right.
Yes,
Think
coach.
you can do this?
Yes, that's correct.
I think the task
Yes.
is like
Same
our
like
the day one
uh,
task,
first task.
right?
Lead
What is it?
generation.
Yeah, lead generation. It's very like data
Data mining.
entry, lead gen. Yeah, very, very related to that. And so let's move to the next topic, which is creating posters and stuff.
Free
Which is,
site to, coach, no?
huh?
Free site. Itong MLS.
MLS.com is the America's real estate portal, it says here. And pretty much like they're all, I guess, almost all properties are really uploaded here in the States. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. My God, gisamukan ko. Okay. Let's go to Canva and review. Okay. So here on Canva, if you look for real estate, there's so many things that you can do, like real estate brochure, real estate business card, real estate flyer, real estate newsletter, real estate postcard, real estate social graphics. So let's do a brochure. For example, your client has a certain listing, and let's say they have something for sale. Your client might ask you to create a poster. I mean, a brochure. Okay. So this is pretty much self-explanatory because you've already experienced Canva, right? But
Yes.
Yeah.
this is where you do it. I don't think I need to explain it again. But the importance of today's topic is so that I will ask you to do real estate related stuff so that you will have samples, okay? But a lot of these things were already discussed. Now, let's proceed with outbound calls and like appointment setting. Who here has experience with appointment setting or like outbound calls?
Me for outbound calls, but not something related to real estate, but some
Okay.
customer service.
I
Okay,
did
that's great.
appointment setter for the
BPO.
event in Australia.
Okay. Who else? Newbie for all home-based job, me, but mostly local for events. Appointment setting for Medicare supplement and solar panels. Okay. Who else? Not yet. Who here has no experience in outbound calling?
No experience, ma'am.
No experience.
Oh, ma'am. Me too.
No experience.
Me
No,
also.
Me too.
me, ma'am.
Not so in
What are your thoughts about outbound calling?
You're the one who's calling the client.
Customers.
Maybe following up the clients.
Okay, that's also an outbound call. What
Being a
else?
receptionist is counted?
Is it the same
Yeah.
as cold
Sales din
calling?
po.
Huh?
I've been a
It's the same
receptionist.
as cold calling.
Cold calling. Receptionist, though, is more of inbound.
Inbound, okay.
Calling clients to sell. Usually, it's touching base with clients. Who here is scared about the idea of outbound calls?
Me.
Me.
English fluency.
So I just have a couple of tips for you. As somebody who has managed and even owned an outbound calling call center, I just have a few tips for you that maybe can help, okay? And I hope that you will keep them in mind. So first and foremost, you have to think about it that, again, the biggest, I guess our biggest parang kalaban with doing outbound calls is the fear of rejection, okay?
Yes.
And our fear of
Yes.
being judged, something. But remember that fear is actually a great illusion. And I noticed that the more you overanalyze when you start your day, the more that you don't get into the groove, okay? And
True.
for me, what would really help you is when, let's say, for instance, you do get a client who will ask you to do like outbound calls. Work on your script together and ask to be trained with the script. And then you do it again and again. And then when you start your day, when your clock starts, let's say, for example, you start at 9 p.m., you start immediately. Because the more that you give yourself time to be afraid, the more that your fear builds up. However, the more that you start your day realizing that when you call these people, it's not very scary because these are just also humans. They're not assassins. They're not gonna kill you. And who cares about their opinion? You're just helping, okay? If you think about it, you're just helping. In fact, in my end, I've always been, I guess, I've always been a top performing sales agent for many of my bosses before in a lot of fields because I really started young, remember? I started young, nag-door-to-door pa ako ng chorizo. But then, the way that I approach my clients is that we are equals and I am just here to help. Think about it. We are equal. I'm here to help. And if you don't want help, fine. I am not gonna die. This is not me that you are rejecting. You're just rejecting help. Again. What was that again? Can somebody repeat that? I know that somebody is taking notes.
I'm here to help. If you don't want my help, it's okay.
We're here to help. I'm not, it's like this. Always think that if you are being hung up on, it's not you that they are rejecting. Okay? We are equal. We are here to help. He is a human being. I am a human being. And me as a human being just wishes to help another person maybe get their thing sold or whatever kind of service. And you're doing this for the service of mankind. If they're rejecting you, if they're rejecting your offer, it's not you that is being rejected, okay? Do not take it personally, okay? Do not take it personally. And I've also noticed that whenever I am talking to, let's say, new clients, I never hard sell, even if all these like amateur sales coaches would ask you, hard sell, say something like, this is so beneficial for you, ma'am, because these are the benefits, blah, 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 blah. No. I always remember, as I mentioned before, desperation is creepy, right? Needy is creepy. So when you are needy, you're being creepy and people do not want to be sold to, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
And I really don't believe in that, like, for example, that whole BS about, like, for example, you have to like offer and offer and offer and offer and offer, even if obviously they don't need the product. I'm the type of person who would move on to the next if they're not gonna need it, because I don't want to waste my laway, okay? Although I do believe in always be selling, actually, always be selling in a way that I am not going to stagnate. I'm not going to stagnate. Or I am not going to, let's say, because there's so many sales agents who stop selling because let's say they've already got a big sale in January, so they slack off in the next week. Maybe in February, they slack off, blah, blah, blah. Haha, in other words, don't be a Grant Cardone. I actually like Grant Cardone, but sometimes he can be quite annoying. However, he also has a point in some things. However, in my end, the way that I sell, that for me, it translates very well is I approach people with purpose. Okay? So let's say, for example, your client wants you to, let's say, approach people and ask them if they're selling their homes. Okay? So maybe what you can do, let's say, for example, his beef with Jordan Belfort, though. I love Jordan Belfort. I love all of them, I think. Let's say they're gonna call you. You're gonna be asked to be calling all these people. The way that I do it, and in some way it really works well, is I don't talk very fast and in a very I don't know, frantic manner. First and foremost, I breathe. I breathe really well, and I think very positive thoughts like I'm a winner and I'm gonna be helping today. I'm not gonna be scamming people today, but I'm gonna be helping people today. And it's not about me. If they're gonna be rejecting, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna be chill. And when I talk, I don't say, "Hi, this is Judee. I'm calling in behalf of blah, blah, blah." Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, go.
Like, for
Yes,
example,
completely.
because it's not just even law of attraction when I think of like good thoughts. When we don't calm down and when we don't think positive thoughts, the tendency is no matter how we deny that we are scared and we are anxious, the fear seeps out and the anxiety seeps out, right? And when we are
Yes.
anxious, we will not have time to breathe and we will not have time to greet people properly. And it will be very obvious that you are a telemarketer. Okay? So if you call, for example, let's have a sample. So obviously, when you're calling a friend, you don't say, "Hi, Judee, I'm here to call about," right?
Yes.
And so it puts you in that lower spot that you are not equal, right? So if
Yes.
you are equal, then you're going to at least take your time, although you're not going to waste their time, but you're not going to sound like, thank you for, let's say, "Hi, thank you for picking up. My name is Judee and I'm from Rallos Real Estate. And I would just like to ask if you're selling your house. Blah, blah, blah." It sounds like you're on a rush and you're scared, right? However, if you're going to breathe, and I have this really effective anxiety, let's say, technique wherein, because I actually suffer from anxiety and even I even have gone through depression, and I actually every day I do a meditation that really helps me. And for me, it can also help me in different ways. Like, for example, if I get angry, if I'm scared, if I'm really frantic about something. So what I do is I breathe in, I focus on my breathing, and breathe out. So you do that. And then out. And then you can then pick up the phone. And you can then say, "Good morning, Mr. Smith. This is Judee Rallos, and I'm from Rallos Real Estate. Are you do you have time, even just for 5 minutes? I just have a really important thing to discuss with you, just a little bit. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so um, my boss, who is the lead real estate broker in your area, has given us information about the houses in our area, and we have a lot of buyers coming in, and we were just wondering if you're in the market of leasing your property or selling it. Oh, okay, great. So you are. Is it fine if I'm able to schedule my boss to come over so that he can talk to you about what we can do? Oh, thank you. When are you available? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. I really appreciate it. I will send you an email regarding this call to confirm of the appointment. Okay. Thanks. You have a great day and you take care. Goodbye. See? Whereas if you're like going, if you are, for the people who have done outbound, you have heard of the first type of calling, right? Like, thank you. My name is Judee and right?
Right.
You have heard that. However, that is my secret weapon, guys. I'm always smiling on the call. And I don't mind nabagsak sa AHT because usually for sales naman, it's not AHT that matters, but it's actually sales that matters. Anyway, there are a lot of, and usually for clients who are doing like virtual assistants, there is no AHT. They don't care about AHT actually, but they would care if their appointment setters will not have any conversions, okay? So that's how you do it. You just feel like you're helping Mr. Smith and we're equal. Mr. Smith and I are equal. I'm helping him, I'm helping my boss, and I'm just informing him of his possibilities. Now, how can you be rejected in grace? So let's say, for example, your customer is gonna say, good morning, Mr. Peterson. This is Judee, by the way, with Rallos Real Estate. Is it fine with you if I talk for a little bit, for just 3 minutes? I just have a few questions. Oh, okay. You don't have time. When is it possibly that you would have time for something? Because we have a really, I think we have something that can help you. I see. Okay, I understand if you're not interested. You have a great day though, and if ever you consider selling or buying your home, you can just check out our website, or you can call this number or text me, okay? You have a great day, bye. See? See, it doesn't have to be like a big deal. What if, they're not rejecting you? Some people just do not have time. Maybe they are in the middle of their like shit break. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they just don't want to talk, right? It has happened to me many times where somebody like calls me and I'm like in the middle of lunch and I'm like, do not disturb me on my lunch. But like sometimes I can even be like very curt and I would say, no, I'm not interested. Or I would usually say, I really don't have time right now, but can you call me, or like, can you text me? I may sound a little bit mean. However, you just have to accept that if you are calling unsolicited, obviously you didn't schedule it in advance. So you cannot expect people to have time for you. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. not leaving the rejection as it is, still opening an opportunity after the call, right? Okay. And in some way, just always be really positive about it. And as I said, you really lessen the amount of rejection that you get if you sound relaxed and if you sound like you know what you're doing. Because when you are frantic, remember that your energy can be passed on to the other person and they know, and somehow people can be sinister in some way and can prey on your weakness. So just really be calm and collected, and do not approach it like, for example, in a given day, the kind of attitude that I have, even if we have a quota, what I would always keep in mind is today is going to be an awesome day and everything is going to go right for me. Okay? You have to smile. What I don't do is I have to get 3 sales at this day, or else I will lose my job, or else, you know? And you're going to not be your best self. Do you have questions?
None.
So inspiring.
Did it help actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It did.
Yes, that would actually help a lot.
Because for me, you know, I usually teach a lot of like sales, and it can take like such a long time to teach sales. However, for me, the best really is to be calm about it and to really accept that, for example, that day you're not gonna do your very, like you're not, do not preempt yourself that I'm gonna be a failure, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Every day you must, as my new tattoo would say, surrender. This is my new tattoo that I got from our trainee, by the way, from batch 1. And he's now working for me, and Joy and our 2 past trainees of batch 1 we had lunch last Sunday, and they came from Bohol, so they visited me, and then I got a tattoo from Bill, who's a tattoo artist and a virtual assistant now. So for me, this really helps me. Surrender. Surrender is not giving up, but surrender is accepting whatever is going to happen, knowing that it's for the greater good. But I am going to do my very best, but I'm not going to kill myself for it if I am not all of a sudden a Guinness World Record holder something. Okay? So
Okay.
you must come from that place of abundance and acceptance and happiness. And it really shows, because you know what? With virtual lasting, I used to have like for example, when I'm talking to clients, remember that even until now, I am still holding a sales job because I am actually talking to our clients to get our virtual assistants. But you know what? Every day that I am actually talking to my clients, I am not afraid at all. And I am even excited to talk to them. Because the way that I would say is, you know what? I am so excited for you to start your journey with having a virtual assistant. It's really going to change your life the way that it has changed mine when I have started hiring people. And that's the reason why our clients really treat me like their friend and even their coach, because they know that I mean business and I know what I'm doing, but then I am also their friend, something like that. You have to like, I guess that's my biggest tip, because all these sales techniques do not work if your energy will show a very like sticky desperation. If you show like you're anxious and scared of them, then no matter how good your sales script is, it's not gonna work. Okay?
Okay.
Is that understood?
Yes. Okay.
Another thing that will
Yes.
really help is, of course, you're going to practice your script, but you're going to practice your script with a mirror and smile to yourself. In fact, I always make sure that when I am doing a sales job, I put on makeup and I wear my best outfit. I used to be such a fashionista in the workplace. I really invested in more than 100 pairs of heels because for me, it was always about showing up and feeling like my best self. Although I don't think that it's really for everybody. Like some people, they don't feel like it's really necessary. But let's say you're working at home and you're not going to be seeing anybody. It's very important when you're doing a sales job that before, like, just listen to me when I say this. Before your shift and you're doing a sales job, make sure you're no longer wearing your pajama or your duster or your boxers. Okay? Take a shower, freshen up, wear your lotion, or I mean, put on some lotion or like even fragrance, and feel like you're really amazing today. And the energy will really show, okay? Even if your customer will not see that, but they will feel it. Have you noticed that? You have to be gandang-ganda sa sarili.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Yes, because it will reflect on your voice.
It will. It will. In fact, in the people in the people that I coach for sales, I always tell women to sound as attractive as they can be. So meaning that their voice must be like, for example, if my usual voice would be like, hello, is this Mr. Smith? So it's not very attractive, right? Hello, is this Mr. Smith? I would like to talk to you about your property, something. However, if you say things like, good morning, Mr. Smith. This is Judee Rallos, and I'm from Rallos Real Estate. I wanted to discuss about your property and how we can help you sell it, right? It sounds like you're talking to a pretty woman compared to a grouchy woman who doesn't have a sex life, right?
Yes.
Diba? And for men, please make sure that you sound like you know what you're doing. For men, it's very important. Like, for example, if you're a man and your voice is not very baritone or like bass, and it's kind of like high pitched in the wrong way, practice modulating your voice. Okay? Listen to radio announcers and listen to how they modulate their voice. Sound as masculine as you can, because it shows to the other men that you know what you're talking about. Men disrespect other men who are weak, right? And women also want to feel like you're gonna take care of them and you're trustworthy. Okay?
Copy,
Is that
coach.
understood? Huh?
How about this one? Hello, good morning. This is Joe Pueblos. Like
You have to make it like that's not modulated. Like try to, I don't know how to, maybe because I'm not a guy, but maybe in your spare time you can listen to like how men modulate their voice, okay? Or how you can modulate your voice.
how about
Because
Lam's voice?
A what?
it's
Yes,
okay.
your voice.
I want all of you to understand that all of you can modulate your voice. So it's like it's a technique and not necessarily a quality. Okay? So maybe you can go ahead and study that as a man. But usually you try to make it like a deep voice and you need to like practice it.
Copy, coach.
I can't really describe it, but like like you can listen to radio announcers. Voice must be whole. Yes. It's not just a normal speaking voice. You try to practice it and make it your phone voice, okay? Because it sounds more like in command. For women, you must sound soft but intelligent, attractive, and chill, however, with purpose, something like that. Okay, confident. Confidence is key. In both areas, confidence is key. Okay, all right. So, okay, so another way that you can, okay, so for today, hang on. I'm racking my brain, ano pa yung kailangan ma-learn, ha? Joy, what else did we discuss on real estate day last time?
I'm also racking my brain. So.
Hang on just a sec, huh?
Typical Monday. Wait, let me think.
Yeah.
MLS was already discussed.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what I'm going to do na lang, I think we've actually covered all of the topics that I wanted to cover. But it's more of the tasks that will be quite challenging. So, let's just cut this discussion, but so that the people can have more time to actually do the activities. Okay, so for today I want you, because you all have groups, right?
Yes, coach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I would want you to
Yes,
do
coach.
is to find a partner within your group. I want you to find, this is the activity number 1. Okay?
Group activity number 1, ma'am.
Okay. Just a partner activity. So,
okay.
Okay, so the first activity is you're going to pair up and you're going to do a recorded mock call. Make sure to take turns being the agent and the customer. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, ma'am.
So since you have groups, so it's not going to be difficult for you to have a pair. Okay? You just agree in your group chat. Don't be choosy, guys. Okay. And then I'm going to be asking you to do a couple of stuff like, for example, yeah, puede trio. If, for example, somebody, let's say it's an odd number for your group, so just take turns. Just find a way that you will have a time to be an agent and you have a time to be a customer. Okay? Now, I'll also be asking you to create a real estate flyer, a real estate brochure, and a real estate calling card. Okay? And then I'm also going to ask you to find I'm going to give you like some specifications, and you're going to find certain properties, and I want you to have to like link all these properties to a certain like to a certain like list. So let's say I would like, for example, I'm going to share to you a Trello board, and I will give you some, like, for example, your client is looking for this, blah, blah, blah. And I want you to look for different different properties in different areas. Okay? So yeah. So I'm going to ask you to like select a certain area. If the area is taken, don't take it. Okay? And then you will find the properties there. Okay? Any other questions?
How many properties, ma'am?
You'll find, I will ask you to find 10 properties within that area. USA only, I would need you to look for it in MLS. Okay?
So it's
Do we choose the location for that?
Yes, you can choose the location, but I want you to, like for example, there's actually a lot. Try to not to have like some duplicates, but there's so many like locations. So just do your best, I guess.
How about the location we used on the first day of training? Can we use?
No, just I want it to just be in the US. So like, for example, here, guys, if you have seen the MLS earlier, I mean, you've seen it, right? Wait lang.
Yes.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, coach.
So
yeah.
So if you can see in MLS, let's say you're going to look for new homes. There's so many locations. Like for example, you can imagine, aside from the 50 states, each state has like different cities. Okay? So there should be a lot for you to choose from. Okay?
Okay, coach.
All right. Okay. So, any other questions?
Yeah, there are people out there who are asking if we can use other websites as other than MLS for searching properties.
I would like you to use MLS for this one. And then you can also check out Zillow, but I don't want you to use Zillow for searching for the properties. Okay? But I
Got
would
it.
like you to familiarize yourself with Zillow and Craigslist, but I just really want you to use MLS for this because it's the standard. Okay?
Noted.
Got it.
All right. So, any other questions?
Hey, ma'am.
Home or individual?
Hello.
Yes.
Is it new homes lang or condo or other properties?
I will give you the parameters of what you would be searching for. Like I will pretend to be your customer and these are the things that I want.
All right.
And
how about the brochure, ma'am? Is it per property? Gagawa kami ng isang brochure
no,
for
you
that?
just
Or?
choose like one of those properties and just like one
All
each.
right.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Just one out of all of them. You don't have to do like all. Parameters for everybody, and then you just have to look at the different areas. Okay?
Okay, coach.
Yeah, and then you will paste the link in Trello. Just like all the time, just like all the activities, even the audio, you upload it in Trello. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So I will send the link to your to the group chat. later. Okay? So in the
you.
meantime,
Yes,
I want you
ma'am.
to discuss your
Maghimo
grouping
tag-script.
and then wait for the link. I want you to start the activities ASAP because anyway we still have time. All right?
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so thank
Okay.
you so much, guys. I
Thank
hope
you,
that you
Coach.
learned today.
Thank you.
I wanted to
Thank
like
you.
discuss the Pinterest on another day because you're gonna have a lot of activities, so I don't want to add to that. Okay?
Okay, Coach.
All
Thank you
right.
so
Okay. Thank you
much.
so much. You have
Thank
a great
you.
evening and
Thank you,
wait for
ma'am.
my link. Okay? Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank
Okay, thank you.
you. Bye
Bye-bye.
Hi,
bye.
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye,
Happy
guys.
Monday,
Bye.
guys.
Good evening.
Messages mo.
Have a good night.
Yun,